fish, their movements inspire. Drifting bubbles, a mesmerizing dance. Lost in the moment, given a chance. Aquarium thoughts, they drift and they sway like the gentle current at the end of the day. Serene angelfish, gliding with grace. A world of wonder in a watery space. The hum of the filter, a constant refrain. A symphony of life, washing away the strain. Worries dissolve in the calming blue. Aquarium magic, just for me and you. Aquarium thoughts, they drift and they sway like the gentle current at the end of the day. Emerald corridor sifting the sand. A miniature river held in my hand. So next time you're feeling stressed and low, just take a moment, watch the water flow. Aquarium thoughts, a calming sight, a little piece of peace beneath the gentle light.
Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, good morning. I should probably check if I have, yep, I have a microphone on. Hopefully you guys can hear me. Anyways, good morning. Today is Sunday morning. Today I'm going to be going over the fishy news, which is just news that I found online about fish and fish-related stuff. There's a few articles I want to go over, look at, discuss. Now when I do go over them, feel free to go on and also discuss as well in the chat. And like I said, I do have a couple new features. Hopefully that works. If you do !S and say something, it'll speak it on the stream, hopefully. Also, if you do @epistolbot2, you could ask it a question. And it should respond with something. Hopefully they're working. I haven't tested them out live today. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. Let's see here. Let's see if this one works today. But we'll find out. I'm hoping it does. Yeah, we'll find out. But yeah, it's something I've been working on. Let's see if this works or not. I don't think that the other one's working for some reason, but if not, oh well. Anyways, I do have some channel news. Primarily, I will be doing some changes in terms of my live streaming. I think I might still do the Sunday morning ones, but I am also gonna be streaming on Thursdays, primarily because I do want to get my hours up on my channel, so I do reach the levels of monetization. Right now, hour-wise, if you actually look over by the little thumbnail, let me see, I don't know if I could point it out, but the little thumbnail in the lower left-hand corner, there's a number right there. That is how many hours I currently have, which is 1,807. I do need 3,000 for the first level and then 4,000 at the second level. I already do have all the subscriber counts. It is !S. Although for some reason I do not think it's registering. Give me 1 second. Let me see if I could figure this out real fast. I don't want to hold you guys too long. Hey, okay. How about that? We got it working now. We got it working now. So now you get ask a pistol bot questions as well as speaking. It just I guess I started the program so long ago. It basically timed out, froze. So now if you ask a pistol bot a question, it will respond. And hopefully all the first messages I probably need to escape those ones, but now now it should work. So hopefully there you go. So it does work now. So basically, like I said, few channel news is basically I will be starting to stream Thursday nights at 7:30 p.m. Pacific. That's 10:30 Eastern. Primarily because I want to try out a different time frame. That way I can hopefully get some more views during that time. Because I do have some plans, especially for this Thursday. I will be doing the Aquarium Prices Right game. I've done it before. You can check out my previous live streams on that. But yeah, so definitely check that out on Thursday. And I did do some things to my website. I added some things, and also if you do want my stickers, I did make it a little bit easier to find. So if you go to aquariumthoughts.com/shop/stickers, it will take you to my stickers, and that way you could order any of my stickers. It is a name your own price. So Thursday it'll be at 7:30 p.m. Should be right after Chattanooga Ed if he streams. So that's the time Thursday, and I will be doing on this Thursday the Aquarium Price is Right. Primarily because that I do hope there's a little more people in there, because basically that is pretty interactive. Where basically I do show like stuff I find online, aquarium related, and basically people guess on how much they have it listed for, typically on Craigslist, but stuff like that. But I did add a few things on my website. I ordered one, which this is the pouch, and this of course has the thing. But this actually is pretty neat because I do have my fish food in there now, so that's what I have in there. But anyways, I'm going to continue on, so definitely check those out. Definitely order my stickers. I do send them out for whatever price you want to give me. The queendom is yours, Cheryl. All you got to do is claim it. But anyways, today I will be doing the fishy news, like I said earlier, which is basically just going over some news articles in the news, typically related to fish and fish-related activities. I do have some interesting articles. Feel free to discuss it. If you do want to say anything, like I said, do the exclamation point S and add it to the stream in regards to the article. Because I don't know if I'll be able to keep up with the chat as well as reading the article on my phone and discussing it myself. So anyways, let's go ahead and move on. I'm going to basically go over and switch the screen and start on the fishy news here. And this is the fishy news, April 27th, 2025. And I do got a number of articles. I do have a few in here that I want to go over. So let's go ahead and start. This is the first one I've found, which was basically happened at the Buffalo Trace Distillery. I think this was in Kentucky. I guess yeah, this was in Kentucky. They had some flooding there. I guess they had a lot of rain. It flooded. And of course, when you have floods, water gets all over the place, and fish happen to live in those waters. And of course, where the water goes, the fish goes. And a bunch of fish ended up in the distillery. So basically, the distillery called up the wildlife. I think I don't know who they contacted, but eventually it got word of Kentucky State's University's aquaculture department, and basically they went over to the distillery and helped rescue all those fish and rehome them where they belong. That way they survive. You really don't want a lot of fish swimming around distilleries. You just end up with a lot of drunken fish. Sorry for that joke. Probably a bad joke. But yeah, they ended up, and of course the headlines, hundreds of pounds of fish rescued, and ended up being like 250 pounds of fish, which is either one large 250-pound fish or a lot of little fish that ended up being 250 pounds. But that was nice of them to actually go there, and actually it was nice of the distillery to notify someone, say, hey, we need these fish out of here. We want them to go back to where they belong. Definitely an interesting thing that I found on there. But really not much to say on that beyond that. Yeah, it's great that they actually took care of what they were having in the situation of the fish being in the distillery, being where they weren't supposed to. Like I said, feel free to chime in the chat or do the exclamation point S, and it will say stuff on the stream and add it to the discussion. But let me go ahead and delete that one and move on to the next article, which I think this one is definitely a lot more interesting. Basically, it deals with science research. I don't know how some people feel about this, considering it is research on animals, but nonetheless, it is interesting how much science can be figured out just by studying animals like fish. This deals, okay, there it goes. This deals with a couple of Manitoba scientists that are basically drawing inspiration from some tropical fishes' regenerative abilities. Primarily, there's two fishes involved, which is a Mexican tetra as well as the zebrafish. But basically, they're basically looking to, hey, maybe we regrow teeth, because I know that's what a lot of people are basically looking to do. Finding there's a lot of studies in that. This one is talking about the fishes, but I know I've read some other articles about people looking into like medications that could do it. I don't know if it's related to this study or not, but it is pretty interesting. Basically, they looked into how some fish have regenerative properties, and they're trying to work it into maybe utilizing that in humans. So basically, if you need like a new limb, hopefully you can regenerate it. But it's pretty interesting nonetheless. Because basically, I think a lot of the research is, according to Dr. Benjamin Lindsay, which is assistant professor of human anatomy and cell science at the College of Max Redi College of Medicine. He basically says that about 70% of fish genes are the same as human genes, which is pretty neat on how close we are all related. But it'll be interesting where they take this. I don't know where they plan on taking this, but it is pretty interesting on how it is. Basically, the person there says under the microscope they could study how bones, teeth, organs, and sensory systems develop. So, especially in the terms of organ donation and regrowing organs for people who need them. I know a few years back I did get a kidney transplant, so I kind of know where that is. And that is always a long journey. So it would be kind of nice to be able to just grow these organs in a lab. That way you're not relying on someone having to donate or someone having to die to hand out those organs. Because the kidney I do have is actually from a person who checked that box and donated their organs after death, and that's how I'm here right now. That's how I got my kidney after it stopped working. But yeah, it's a pretty interesting science. Although I don't know, like I said, I don't know how some people feel about actually studying these fishes as part of research like this. But there is a lot of research and a lot of help that people could get in terms of medicine. Some of this, unfortunately, is necessary in terms of human survival. But like I said, some people do have hang-ups on that, and I could see where they get it. I could definitely see where they're going with that. Yeah, I mean, of course, we just need more people out there to actually checking that donation mark and donating their organs if it doesn't violate their religious beliefs, of course. But let me check my audio level still. If my audio goes out, please let me know, because I don't know how much battery I have in this microphone. Um, but yeah, they basically on this study they've been using Mexican tetras as well as zebrafish. I'm pretty sure. I'm wondering if it's the same zebrafish that we actually carry in the aquarium, or if it's some kind of other zebrafish that is just another scientific name, that the common name they call it is zebrafish. But I'm assuming it's the zebrafish that we normally see in the aquarium hobby. Although this picture of the Mexican tetra right here kind of looks interesting right there. It doesn't seem to have eyes. And it's kind of like a little. Oh yeah, okay. Oh okay. Yeah, there it is right there. The blind cavefish. Thanks, Empire of Dirt. But yeah. I'm glad that works. I do have a better solution, because I know on that speaking thing, it does kind of cut out with Bluetooth connection, but I do have plans. But anyways, yeah, this is pretty interesting. I never knew the blind cavefish was also called the Mexican tetra, which is, I'm probably going to butcher this. This fish is the Asinax mexicanus. And let me see let me see if they have a scientific name for the zebrafish that they're using. It doesn't seem that that they do. I don't think they just list the scientific name of the Mexican tetra, which is actually just the blind cave fish, or the blind cave tetra, which is pretty interesting to see that it actually has a different common name too, because I've never heard it called as the Mexican tetra. I've always heard of it as the blind cave tetra, but looking at this picture right here, I was thinking it was the blind cave tetra, which is exactly what it is. But yeah, how do you guys feel about this? Please let me know. I know it could do some good for humans, but then again, we are studying on animals, on little fishes and all that. But as long as I guess as long as they're doing good, as opposed to just testing on how easy it is to kill. But let's see here. Let's move on to the next article, which is another scientific study. I found. This is on phys.org. I am probably mispronouncing that one. This is what I found on phys.org. Now, of course, I would probably love to hear Fish Story's takes on these. It'd be nice if Alex was around to actually mention this, but I'm just kind of going over and giving my thoughts on the matter, so I'm probably not going to be as depth as he can be. But this one's pretty interesting. It basically says, oh, other animals use tools. It's just not us humans and mammals. But there's a study that reveals that there's tool use observed in tropical fish species, which is pretty interesting. Although I think a lot of this is probably what people already knew. They just probably didn't label it as such. I think this deals more with probably saltwater fish. But good morning, Vinoski. How's it going? And Vinoski, if you put an S right after that exclamation point, it'll actually speak on the stream. I think you probably missed the S in there, I'm guessing, or you're just doing the exclamation point on the good morning there, which is good either which way. But this one deals with some observations on wrasses, which is basically that is saltwater fish. Which is saltwater fish, which is what I'm kind of leaning towards what it was. Yeah, that's something I wanted to look. Thanks, Fish Family, for mentioning that. And good morning, everyone that I haven't said hi to. Good morning, Particle Aquarius. Sorry when you came on. I was probably busy setting up, as well as CRP Fish or CR Fish. Good morning. Good morning to you all. Yeah, I was kind of a little busy, kind of setting things up and making sure everything works. Because the fun thing was I had all this set up, everything working. Oh, the audio is not coming up on your side. I can hear it in my monitor. Let me see why. Oh, that's interesting. Let me see here. Why isn't it working on your side? It's supposed to. It's supposed to. Why isn't it working? Huh. Interesting. Don't you just love computers? It was working before. Why isn't it working now? Let me get rid of that ad. I don't want that ad there while I do this. Let me see here. Why isn't it working? Let's see, audio outputs. Yeah, let's try it this way. Alrighty, let's see here. Okay, let me let's see if this works now. Nope, I don't see any volume on that one. Did you hear that last one where it says, can you hear this? I guess this would be good for your setup, Jeff. This would be good for your setup, but for some reason it's not working on my side. I wonder. Let's see here. Let's see if this works now. Let's see. Did you hear that one or no? Did you hear it say now? I'm definitely gonna have to work this out. Probably not now on this stream, but hello, Chairs Aquatics. How's it going? Welcome to my stream this morning. I'm going over fishy news, but I think I'm going to worry about the whole bot thing later. But I'm not going to worry too much about it speaking on stream this morning. I'll do a test stream at another point in time and getting that to work. But yeah. Yeah, so apparently the exclamation point S isn't working, but the at Epistolbot 2 is. So if you want to ask me questions, feel free to ask questions. But yeah, this one basically is this article is basically talking about how there's tool use seen in tool use is seen in fish. Primarily, this one deals with wrasse fish, which is a tropical fish found in reefs. What is a wrasse? Let's see if what Epistolbot says here. But yeah, it basically shows that they use a method of tools to use, which I think what they're basically they bash shellfish against rocks, which these scientists are showing that as a use of a tool. They're basically smashing it against the rocks, getting the clam open or the shellfish open, and being able to eat what's inside. Yeah, cheers. It's a saltwater fish, typically found in reefs. I was seeing if my bot would actually answer that question or not, but apparently it didn't want to answer today. But it seems to be working otherwise. Yeah. Lots of different species. Yeah. Basically, this article is showing the Halochorus Brazilianensis. Sorry, I love butchering these names. Halochorus garnati, Halochorus radiatus, Halochorus bivitata, but bebop, whatever. Yeah, I'm pretty good at butchering scientific names, but they found that they do use tools in the form of rocks to smash the shellfish against to get into it, and basically, I'm pretty sure that they find other methods and other tools. It's just pretty interesting on how smart fish can be. It's definitely interesting. Basically, oh yeah, okay. Basically, they're saying that it's anvil use, which is something to smash against. I know typically most people associate anvils with steelworking, like how they used to smash blades and swords and all that. But it's pretty interesting that people are actually studying this, and basically, it really goes to show and how smart fish could be. I've always known fish to be smarter than what a lot of people can think. Like if I were to actually turn off these filters, my fish automatically know that it's time to get fed, and they will all hover over in this corner, which is where I normally feed them. They don't go over here. No, they go over here where I always put the food in, which is pretty interesting that they know exactly where to go, where I actually put the food in. Oh, I love how my Congo Tetra looks right now. He looks really, really colorful and looks like he's getting a little feisty with the females in there. That guy right there is very, very colorful this morning. Let me see if I can move my camera here. Sorry, cables. Too many cables. Sorry, I just noticed. Look how colorful he is today. There he is, right there. Where did he go? I don't know where he go. Oh, there he is again. Sorry. I just noticed how colorful he was this morning. I just needed to show, and unfortunately, my other camera isn't working today. Alrighty. Back to the regularly scheduled. Back to the regularly scheduled programming here. What's the best saltwater tank? I so far want a 55-gallon tank, and I want Ocilius clowns and a scarlet skunk cleaner, shrimp, and more. That sounds like an interesting tank. I've personally never done saltwater. I'm typically into the freshwater game. Although I think from what I've heard, a lot of people have said that saltwater tanks aren't that hard. Personally, I just don't have the time to do all the mixing of the salt water, and I really don't want to chug water tanks from the local fish store. Although I do have a fish store right down the street, a few miles. Although personally, I do not really like that one too much. Even though it's down the street, I like other ones, and a lot of the other ones I do like don't have salt water. Oh yeah, I'm just loving watching these Congo fish today. The males are really, really colorful this morning. But yeah, it's pretty interesting on how these fish are using tools. I really, really wonder on what other tools out there, what other kind of tool use people use. Not people, fish. Fish are people too. How their use. Jared's Aquatic says, I do freshwater all the time, but it might be harder for saltwater. Yeah. I think with saltwater, you just have to watch your parameters more than freshwater. Although there's a lot of freshwater fish where you have to do that as too. But I think with saltwater, I think it's a little bit more. You have to keep your eye on it a little bit more, from what my understanding. Although personally, I've never done saltwater. This is just from anecdotes I've heard online. But yeah, it'd be interesting to have a big old tank of these wrasse and just watching them use the tools and heading crabs and stuff against the rocks, using the tools that way. But yeah, it's pretty interesting. pretty interesting stuff. Let's see here. What do we have here next? I'm going to go ahead and move on to the next story I found. Delete this one. Now, this next one is going to be a little bit more controversial. Here's Aquatic says, well, yeah, but if you keep the pH 8 to 8.4, yeah, I don't think I have that much problem with my water here. I think my pH is probably around 8.4. And yes, I do have a pissogramma down here. I think it's either still blue or a Borelli that I do keep. They seem to be fine, this hard water. But I do live in Southern California, and we basically have liquid rock down here. We do basically have liquid rock. So I do have high TDS, high pH, high everything. But now this next one, I don't. A lot of people probably, have probably read about this one or not. Basically, it deals with Martin Sheen, and I guess Martin Sheen, he's basically taking on the mass slaughter of home aquariums. Basically, I guess I don't know how much he had in this new documentary. I don't know if he was just narrator or whatnot, but it's basically, he calls this new doc a powerful wake-up call. Which basically, I think the name of the documentary is Aquariums, the Dark Hobby. Now, I'm not gonna go out there and say that there is not any dark portions of this hobby. There are a lot of dark corners in this hobby. A lot of dark practices, a lot of things we could do better. But I think in the long run, I think we are slowly improving. I know if you watch Dan's Fish, he does a lot in terms of trying to fix those dark practices. He goes on a lot about how we should be properly shipping these fish, which a lot of it I do agree with. We do need to be careful on how we are shipping these fish across things, places. Primarily, I am a good advocate of buying local whenever you can. Find a good fish store out there that actually has good practices. The ones actually do quarantine their fish, keep healthy fish. I know I did a recent one. It was a local fish store I visited. I did a little store tour. I am probably still going to release it, but I probably would not go to that fish store to buy fish. So if you're listening to the stream right now and seeing that fish store, I probably wouldn't buy fish from them personally, unless I am medicating them and quarantining them for a good month or two. All right, thanks for stopping by, Chairs. I appreciate it. Hopefully I catch you next Sunday morning, as well as this Thursday. I will be streaming at 7:30 p.m. Pacific, 10:30 Eastern. I will be doing a different type of stream that day, so hopefully you can stop in on that one as well. But yeah, basically, yeah, there's a lot of stuff we need to do better. A lot of practices out there. I know a lot of it deals with saltwater side of things, on how they go to the reefs and collect the fish there. I know there was I think it was with I want to say it's out of St. Louis. I think a lot of times they used to use cyanide to actually go in there and stun all the fish and collect them that way, which I don't think is a good practice. I think a lot of the hobby, though, is typically going more towards trying to go to the home breeding situations where they could breed them in captivity for resale for the hobby. Although that's not always the case, and a lot of the types of fish, a lot of fish can't really be bred in captivity, and I think a lot of that is actually on the saltwater side of things. Although there's a lot of on the freshwater side of things that cannot be bred in captivity as well. And in terms of that, a lot of that just has to make sure that we're shipping things better. A lot of companies need to be shipping these fish out better, quicker. Uh, I do work in delivery, where I see a lot of things coming in that are just not packaged properly. And this is not even, I'm not even talking about live animals or live fish. I'm just talking about actual products that people are shipping. If people aren't shipping those properly, chances are they're not shipping live animals properly either. I've seen people ship out bendable items. I've seen it where they ship out something like a poster or something. I don't know exactly what it was because I didn't open the package. All I know, it was shipped basically just in gift wrap. It could still bend in the gift wrap, and instead of actually shipping it properly and making sure the item can't be bendable, they just write "do not bend" all over the place. And honestly, that's not going to cut it, because basically these machines, the way these packages are handled, you need to make sure that they're packaged properly. And same thing goes for fish, making sure that you are packaging properly. And I think that's what a lot of Dan with Dan's Fish focuses on, is making sure that people are starting to ship out things properly. And I've seen a lot of live streams where he even tries to get his suppliers to ship things to him properly by not jam packing these bags with just too many fish, which is one thing he's pretty much advocating, which I agree with. Things do need to change. Things need to get better. But also in the same token, there is a lot of organizations out there. I think Project Piaba is one of them. I believe Amazon Center for Ornamental Fish deals with this as well. Yeah, Amazon Center for Ornamental Fish deals with it as well, where they're basically they're trying to promote sustainable fish recovery. I don't want to say recovery. Well, basically taking tropical fish for ornamental use for locals there, to focus on that rather than having the people there focusing on using the gold. They're trying to focus getting away people from gold mining there, to actually look, hey, you have this valuable economy, you have this valuable commodity here in tropical fish that are very popular in the fish hobby, and you should focus on getting those rather than gold mining, which will damage those fish ecosystems. Good morning, Jody. How's it going this morning? I hope you're having a great morning. I'm just going over some fishy news I found. Right now I am talking about Martin Sheen taking on the mass slaughter of home aquariums with a powerful new documentary. But basically, yeah, I do agree that there's a lot of dark areas in this hobby. A lot of fish stores don't keep fish properly. They keep their things overstocked. They don't take care of them. They just get them from the suppliers, and they just throw them in the tank for sale. And a lot of times they don't treat them. A lot of times they have parasites transferring to the home aquarium, which a lot of people do always recommend setting up those quarantine tanks for that specific reasons. Like I was mentioning that little fish store I was kind of visiting recently. I saw some unhealthy fish there, unfortunately. But yeah, I do agree that there's a lot of darkness, but there's always room to improve. And also keep in mind, there's other programs, there's other good things that come out of the fish hobby. There's the CARES program, which helps promote breeding in terms of breeding these fish up, getting a strong stock for it. That way they can release it back into the environment, because there's quite a few fish. There's quite a few fish out there that do not exist in the wild anymore, primarily because us humans destroyed their habitat, not related to even the fish hobby, just other reasons like gold mining, other activities that just damage their ecosystem to a point where they killed off complete species that are in the wild. But however, were actually grabbed for the aquarium hobby, which are now being bred in the aquarium hobby. And a lot of groups like CARES, their plan is to actually reintroduce those fish. I know there's a lot of goody ads. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I hope I really am pronouncing that right. Unfortunately, I probably am not. But there's a lot of goody ads that do fall in that situation where their local habitat was destroyed and they no longer exist in the wild, or they do now because of CARES, which is always a nice aspect of the aquarium hobby. But like I said, there is, like Martin Sheen saying, there is a lot of darkness in the hobby that does need to be improved. Us fish keepers do need to do a better job as well, making sure we're taking care of the fish we have, and also promoting sustainable habits in the whole hobby as a whole. But yeah, there's a lot I could probably agree on this documentary. However, I don't think it's to the point where I'm going to throw the baby out with the bathwater. I'm just not going to say, okay, yeah, we shouldn't be doing it just because of this, and that. There's a lot of good in the fish keeping hobby as well as bad. It's a matter of just making sure we are striving to take all that darkness out and leaning more towards the good sides of the hobby, which is something I think on this next article, if I'm not mistaken, I think this next article delves into the good aspects of it. So I am going to delete that one since I already covered it. And now I am going over, this is from UF News, which basically this covers basically that scientists are studying the breeding of pet fish to help protect reefs, fuel Florida's economy, which this is another good aspect, which that it does lean towards the good side of things, which is something to strive for. Find other means to basically support the fish keeping hobby, which won't devastate the ecology out there, which basically they're studying ways to breed fish in captivity and releasing them, whether back in captivity or out into the wild. I know a lot of fish keepers do strive for this. They always try to breed. I'm not considered a breeder by any means. I typically don't breed fish, primarily because I really don't have the time. Because right now I am actually right down just the two tanks to begin with. I really don't have the room to actually have breeding tanks. I would love to have one of the breeding rooms that Jeff has at Empire of Dirt Aquatics. I would love to have a room like that. But then again, right now with work and everything and room and money and all that, I just don't have the time for that. I don't have the time to raise the baby little fishies. I don't have the time to breed the baby brine shrimp or any other micro foods that they might need. Empire of Dirt Aquatics, Jeff. Do you just typically feed your fry live foods, or are there any other, like maybe dry foods you could feed it? Is that sustainable to actually breed just using dry foods? I would be curious on that. I'd be very curious on that. And oh yeah, once again, Jeff, I want to congratulate you on reaching your monetization goal, at least the first tier anyways. I think you still do need, I believe if I'm not mistaken, you do have, you do need 1,000 subscribers still, I believe, as well as probably getting to 4,000 watch hours. I'll definitely have to check them out. Let me see here. Let me see if I'm subscribed to them. I'd have to go check them out later. Oh, there we go. Subscribe to Cheryl. And let's see here. Let's see here. Oh, I'm already subscribed to Jody. Okay, there we go. I don't want to report. There we go. Alrighty. Did I already moderate? Okay, no. Jeff's already a moderator. Okay. Alrighty, there we go. Sorry, I'm just doing some backstage backstage stuff. All right, but yeah, I would love to have a large breeding stuff. And okay, so Jeff, you do live and powdered, yeah. Yeah, well, I'll definitely watch your videos when you come out with stuff, Jody. Yeah, the growth is in line, so hours and subs should come in. Yeah, one thing I found, Empire, I'm just call you Jeff. Sorry. One thing I have found is typically a lot of times when people reach that 1,000 or they reach those monetization goals, I found that YouTube must promote them more. And typically after that, you usually do go on the fast track of expansion right afterwards. So yeah, currently I am currently trying to reach those goals. Right now, I do have the sub count. I think I'm approaching 1,200 on the sub count. I just need this. I just need the watch hours. And as you can see in the lower left hand corner, that is my watch hours right now, which is 1,807, which actually dropped from yesterday, which was 1,820. But yeah, that's basically why I was considering either streaming on Sundays only or Thursdays only. But I think for a little bit, I'm probably going to decide to stream on both. But yeah, Jeff, Jeff and Jody, I would appreciate it. I would love to see like like a video on that, on how, if it's even possible, if you could just feed fried just powdered foods, see if that's sustainable. Because I know a lot of people like myself, I really don't have the time to manage manage like a tank of breeding as well as a tank of fish food, live fish food, and fry. I think that's what I think that what is that is what hinders a lot of people. Okay, 48 now. There, particle. Sorry, I wasn't subscribed to you either, but yeah, I was at 47 at one point, and I was stuck at 800 for the longest time, which is one of the reasons why I ended up getting discouraged. Yep. Yep, there goes my connection to my desktop. But that's the one thing that really got discouraged me, is I got stuck on 800 for a while. That was back when that was back when that was back when YouTube required 1,000 subs and 4,000, or I don't know if it's 3,000 watch hours or 4,000 watch hours. All I know is I had the watch hours back then. I had plenty of watch hours. But I used to stream. I used to stream on hours on end at the end of the night. I would stream from like probably like 9 o'clock my time in the evening, sometimes all the way to like 1 or 2 a.m. in the morning. And I had some good streams back then. But yeah, I would definitely have to look into vinegar eels. I think I did the vinegar eels before. They are extremely simple to keep and maintain. I might have to set up a culture of that again. I definitely have to do that again. I'm trying to do Daphnia again outside, although I don't know if I'm being successful at the moment. Dry foods are a staple, but live cultures and frozen get mixed in frequently. I could probably do frozen. But yeah, it'll be. I think what holds a lot of people back from breeding is the fact that they typically have to raise live cultures as well. And with me is the whole time aspect. I don't even think I'll be able to do all that. Jody says one of the first times one of her shorts passed 1,000 views. Yeah. What's 9 p.m. Central, Jeff? What am I missing? Did I miss something, Jeff? Yeah, but Thursday I will be streaming at 7:30 p.m. my time, which is Pacific. That's 10:30 Eastern. But we'll see. This Thursday I will be doing kind of a more interactive stream, which is why I am kind of trying to hopefully I get some more viewers that in that time frame, which is the time I used to. It's around the time I used to stream right after Chattanooga Ed, and I used to always find a good spot for that. But anyways, I'm getting sidetracked here. But yeah, back on this. Yeah, the scientists are kind of going trying to get back to this what the subject on the live stream is, which is the fishy news. But yeah, but I know a lot of people. I think this article deals more with the saltwater side of things. But I think the holy grail, typically of the saltwater things, is typically breeding. Because I know a lot of times in the freshwater side, people breed all the time. I know Jeff breeds a lot. I'm guessing Cheryl and Jody does as well. Oh, okay, a test stream. Okay, gotcha. Is that today? Is that today, Jeff? Yeah, hard time staying awake for later streams. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard. It's hard at times. Yes, I am using OBS Studio. Yeah, I'm using OBS Studios. Um, yeah, I try my best on getting these things set up. Unfortunately, this morning I try to have a live view on my tank right here. Unfortunately, it didn't all work out. I have one camera that's not working for some reason today. But let's see, 12 jars of vinegar eels that you forgot about. But yeah, I use OBS Studio primarily because it runs on Linux. So that is what I use. I like it. It can be a little complicated. I'm still learning new things here and there. I still have to test out a lot of things. Um, right now, I'm also trying to fix my connection to my. I'm trying to fix my connection to my computer, which is running the bots. Primarily because right now currently it's connected via Bluetooth, and I don't even have that fully working right now. I don't even know if my other bot's working right now, but it's something I'm working on. Yeah. But anyways, yeah. I think a lot of people in the saltwater thing side of things, they are trying to breed more and more fish, and I know a lot of people actually are successful. A lot of fish are being new on that. Let's see here. Particle Course is trying to get the grips with OBS here. Just got a lower third plugin installed today. Yeah, I really don't deal a lot with plugins too much. I probably should look into that a little bit more. Maybe make my stream a little bit more professional here. But I do have a lot of things on this. But basically, yeah, it's pretty interesting. I do have it set up so the chat is on the screen. But sorry, I am getting sidetracked again. Which is one thing if you watch my stream, sometimes I do get sidetracked like this. But yeah, I would love to see the saltwater get more into breeding and be more successful in that, just like the freshwater side is. Even in the freshwater side, I would wish that they get more breeding going on, make it easier, make it more accessible, more successful. That way, people don't have to collect too much, especially in ways that actually hurt the ecology. I'm not saying to completely stop, but making sure it's more sustainable in the long run. I know from what I've read on the saltwater side of things, when they go collecting stuff like that, it's very 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 hard on the ecology out there. It does a lot of damage to the reefs and the ecosystem. But yeah, maybe. Yeah, I might work on maybe getting a vinegar eel culture going. I do have a. Actually, I should probably look into that because I do have a fish club meeting, a fish club meeting next week that I will be going to. I will still stream next Sunday morning. I will be stream. I'll still be streaming next Sunday morning because basically the fish club meeting doesn't start until noon my time, and right now it's only like 10 a.m. So I stream. So I will be going to the fish club. Yeah, this is my fish club shirt, not the official one. This is my fish club shirt. Oh, my African butterfly fish just jumped. I probably startled it. My bad. Sorry, guy. Uh, yeah, but if you do have any questions on, OBS particle, you could always shoot me over an email at dave@aquariumthoughts.com, and I might be able to help you. I might not. I might be able to at least hopefully steer you in the right direction on OBS. Um, I know Jeff uses Streamlabs, which I'm not familiar with at all, but I am familiar with the bots that I'm using. But yeah. But anyways. But yeah, basically on this, they're just basically trying to see more successful breeding in the saltwater side of things. I'm guessing, as well as freshwater, but they really don't know how, excuse me, the wild harvest affects these reefs, and I'm pretty sure it's not really good on the reefs, which is something good to look into. That way, it's a more sustainable hobby, less dark and more good, and not as dark. Anyways, on to the next one. Let's see here. And let's see. No, it's been about an hour. I think I'm going to continue streaming, continue chatting. I'm already off the rails on this whole. Fishy news thing. I really got off the rails on that one. So I think I'm just going to just have a little discussion here. We get chit chat. I'm gonna move this. This is a little bit off to where I want it to be. But yeah, like I said, particle, if you do have any questions in regards to OBS, sorry, I'm holding my phone, which holds the chat. That way I can actually read what's going on. I could see it on my computer, but I would have to squint very tinily because it's easier for me to read on my phone. Oh, no worries, Particle Aquarist. Sorry, I don't know your name. I probably will never remember your name. I remember Jeff's. I know Cheryl's. Eventually, I'll probably get yours. But yeah, it's Dave@aquariumthoughts.com. If you guys ever have any questions, feel free to reach out. Let me put that in the chat right here. Hopefully, I am putting this right in the chat. Yeah, there's my email address right there. So feel free to email me if you have any questions in terms of OBS. I could hopefully help you out there. If you do want my stickers, check out my website, aquariumthoughts.com. If you just go to aquariumthoughts.com/shop/stickers, it'll take you right there. It is name your own price, so feel free to name your own price. But yeah, I think I'm going to move my camera here to my tank. I'm really loving the way these Congo tetras look this morning. Let's see if that's on the... Nope, that's not on the correct height. There we go. Higher. Oops. Higher. I probably need to clean my window. My glass, not my window, my glass. Oh, there we go. There we go. Come on. Yeah, that get out of the way. Yeah, hopefully it's some good views of the fish. I don't know where they're gonna be hanging out at any of. Yeah, oh, there he goes. Yeah, the large male is kind of hanging out in the corner, which he's very colorful this morning. Oh, so's the other males. So's the other males too. I have a couple other males in here. They're pretty colorful right now too. And they're kind of in the back hide. Oh, there he is. There's the big one. There's the big one. He is very colorful this morning. Yeah, they're very colorful this morning. They're really doing good this morning. Let's see. I don't know. Are they kind of in breed? I don't know. Can you guys tell me? Are these Congo tetras kind of in breeding mode right now? I know the big one's kind of hanging around this one female. Not that I expect them to be breeding in here. And if they do breed in here, I'm pretty sure all the eggs are going to be eaten up by the other Congos or the definitely probably the Panagaras in here. Yeah. I mean, it'd be interesting to see. It'd be interesting to see them be breeding in the tank with all these other fishes in there, but I just don't see that happening. Here. Let's see. I wonder what the bot says. Let's see what this bot says. But yeah, it's just these fish are being very colorful today, and I kind of like the white outlines on the smaller males right now. A lot of white along the outlines of their fins. Very beautiful looking this morning. Yeah, some of these females are nice looking today too. Yeah, but in this tank I do have 3 males and the rest are females. I forget how many females in total. I think 5. I want to say 5 females and 3 males. Yeah, I don't think that's the correct full answer, but I'd have to probably remove all the other fish too, not just the Congos. But I'll have to remove the silver-tip tetras in there as well as the Pandagaras and the 2 lone longfin cherry barbs. But yeah, and also with the live stream on Thursday, I will be altering the way I do my video release. Lately I've been releasing them on Wednesday morning. I will be probably releasing a video tomorrow, which is Monday now. That way I have the live stream on Sunday. Then I'll have the video release on Monday, and that way it gives that video some time before I do the live stream on Thursday. And then I'll probably be releasing a short after the live stream or the next day after the live stream, and then repeat on Sunday with the live stream on Sunday mornings and the Thursday ones. Please definitely let me know on how you feel about that. I know I kind of do enjoy these Sunday morning streams primarily because it's Sunday morning and I can stream. Primarily because I am off, but sometimes I do have family stuff to do on Sundays because that is my day off. Thursday nights work, except the one thing that was holding me back on Thursdays is typically I do work early on Fridays. But I think if I stream at 7:30 p.m. my time, it gives me a little bit of time after work to get some rest before I go live. But yeah, this is it's been a while since I just sat here and just watched my fish. But yeah, it looks like all the males are kind of like hovering around like a female and kind of female's following that male right into that little cave right there. Pretty interesting. Pretty interesting to watch their behavior. Um, yeah, just a little sneak peek. Just a little sneak peek on what my video is going to be about tomorrow. Just a little sneak peek. I probably do need to clean that up a little bit. Just a little sneak peek. Just a little one. Just a little one. A little itsy bitsy tiny one. It's a little itsy bitsy. Let's see. I'm in the UK, so miss a bunch of live streams that are originated in the States. Do enjoy participating in live fishy streams instead of being relegated to the crap that's on TV these days. Yeah, I think I find myself watching more YouTube, not just fish related stuff, but other stuff as well. Although currently we're watching Lost with my son right now. I typically watch a lot of older series rather than newer series. A lot of my problems with the newer series is you end up starting to get involved in it, and next thing you know it, they cancel before a good end. Yep. I don't need that. I don't need that on. Let's see here. Sorry, I'm typing right now something in the chat. Trying to spell everything right. So if you do want stickers, I'm going to put the link in the chat right now. This hopefully should take you directly there, as opposed to the long, as opposed to the long form. I can't find oh, there it is. As opposed to the long form. As opposed to the long form product number, and let me make sure that leads you to the right place. Yes, it does. That leads you to the right place. That leads you to the right place. I just tested it out. It does lead you to exactly the right place where you need to be. Alrighty, it's about 10:08 right now. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and head out. That way you could do some cleanup in here, and I do need to take care of some stuff outside right now. As long as it's not raining. I don't know if it's raining right now. It's supposed to rain today. But anyways, definitely check out my video tomorrow. I will be releasing. It's all done, all prepared. It's just a matter of just uploading it to YouTube and scheduling it to be released tomorrow. It's probably going to be released at. I typically release them at 11 a.m. my time, Pacific. But that's typically when I release them on Wednesday. I don't know. I'm gonna have to look at my analytics and see what a good time for Mondays are. But probably 11 a.m. my time, which is probably 1 hour from now, but tomorrow. But definitely check out that. I will be streaming next Thursday at 7:30 p.m. Pacific. Primarily because I am trying to increase. If you look at the lower left-hand corner, I'm trying to increase those hours. Right now it's at 1,807. I need to at least get to 3,000. That's my immediate goal right now, is to get to 3,000. That way I could be like Jeff and get members. Not that I have anything to really offer, but I'll figure something out. And primarily, I do need to build up my viewership, my audience. Because basically, I will love to get monetized. That's the way I do have some monetary things come in to help support this channel, to hopefully be able to do giveaways again. That's one thing I plan on doing. Definitely not every week, but at least once in a while. That way, some of that will be going towards giveaways. Primarily stuff that is on my website. Like the shirt I'm wearing right now, that's on my website, as well as stickers, as well as the bag I showed earlier. That's another kind of side hobby. I kind of like just putting things up like that and making designs and see how they do. Not that I expect people to buy them, but anyways, definitely I'll catch you hopefully on Thursday nights and hopefully around. But anyways, everyone have a great day, great Sunday, great week, and have a great day. And thanks for stopping by. Thank you for stopping by, Jody, Particle Aquarius, Jeff. If you're still looking, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for your support. And once again, have a great day.